I
Okay,
totally
let's
just
get
dropped
into
my
this.
phone. Okay, so let's get into it. What do you want to do?
Okay, so I'm going to ask you some questions as we come back into the newest season, the relaunch, the rebirth, and we get to know who we are so that, if anyone wants to know, they can come back to this episode and bam, they know exactly who you are and I am. So the way we're going to both have interviews and then they will be mirrored. So we'll get to share some of the same answers, but the answers will be different because we're two different people.
Yes, they will be.
So I'm going to ask you a little bit about who you are. We're going to do a lightning round, and then we have three sort of like longer questions. So without further ado, who are you? Tell us a little bit about yourself. What do you do? What do you represent? What's important for people to know? And yeah, tell us a little bit about what you do and who you are.
Hi, I'm Lauren Turner, licensed clinical social worker, mom, wife, athlete. I run a sports mental health practice in Inglewood, California, or the greater Los Angeles area. And we have been just dabble in politics a little bit, little bit, little things, just do a little bit of everything, work in a little bit of social justice work, and always just trying to do what's best for the greater good of all, right? That's what we like to think as therapists.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mental
So,
health advocate, all that.
okay, all that. I was going to say, I'm hearing mom, um, business owner,
Hmm.
athlete, um, social justice advocate.
Hmm. 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 Hmm.
I heard you didn't say, I know this about you, but you didn't say wife, but I know that that's a
Yeah, I
job.
think did I say that too? Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm also a wife. Yeah, I have a husband.
Mm,
Uh, and married to a man too, because I feel like that,
yeah, yeah,
could matter.
yeah, totally.
But it's
Yeah.
the same husband I had last time.
That's important to know as
But
well.
for any new listeners, yeah, there is one there.
There's a Mr. Turner out there.
Yes, yes, that's one of his many names.
Mhm.
For now, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So lots of hats. You wear lots of hats, and
lots of hats.
as many of us do, and those are some big roles too. Raising children, growing a business, and tending to another person who's an adult as well
Yeah,
from time to time. Yeah.
that
Okay.
lifetime piece is also super important to consider, right? Like how to be in a relationship with other people and yourself for your whole life.
Mhm. Which we'll probably have some topics about those types of things because we're pretty familiar. You're pretty familiar with those things, right? Relationships and all the
Yes.
things that are
Yes, yes. It's
yeah.
because this is what we do. We are interviewing each other. See, I'm so used to you just knowing me already that, like, I'm like, why would I say any of these things that you already know? But yes, we are experts at relationships. We're experts at helping people be able to find their own kind of like path and discovery, especially in the sports world. It's one of our favorite things to do. Giving people the opportunity to be able to rebuild their confidence, to be able to understand where their motivation is coming from, having the opportunity to, um, just really kind of advance in sport and life and deal with any mental health issues because athletes are humans too. And we all, can sometimes have a bit of a struggle. So it's really nice to be one of the people that can support some of our athletes along that journey.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to learning more about the athlete world and um we have some deeper questions. Just yeah, because that's a niche that I don't work with. And so it's probably some good information to be able to share, not just for who you are and what you do, but like maybe someone hearing this will now know that they can get the support they need if they hear you sort of describing what they're going through.
Yeah, and I think that there is something really special about the athlete community, which is really beginning to change, with time, is that for many years it was kind of thought about like all kinds of things like mental toughness and how to be able to just kind of like push through and continue to push through no matter what's going on, and to kind of just see that there's more of an openness and acceptance to mental health treatment, um, and talking about it in a way that is really like destigmatizing. It's really helping normalize mental health in both the athlete community and in our just regular day-to-day community too, because it's a microcosm of the bigger picture, right?
Mhm. Yeah. In a lot of ways, they're role models. So if they're not, if they're talking about it, then more people feel permission. Like they're icons in so many ways, right?
And when you exactly, and so when you hear that, like, one of the people that you think is, like, your biggest idol has, like, been having a hard time waking up in the morning, it kind of also allows you to say, "Oh, I have days like that too, and what can I do when those struggles come?" Because it's acting like they don't exist that really becomes a problem for a lot of people,
Mhm.
and really causes so much extra anxiety.
Yeah. Yeah. Sounds like we need to have an episode on sports mental health.
Yeah, I think that that will be coming later in the season,
Yeah.
later, later, later. Yeah.
Okay. We're going to do something fun to kick off the interview. This is a brief interview intentionally because our vision for the podcast is quick hits, because we know people are watching TikTok and they don't want to watch anything longer than 20 seconds sometimes. And so we are doing
More than 20
what
seconds.
used to be called mini episodes, but I think they're just regular now because we're used to shorter content.
Mhm.
So this is a lightning round of 9 questions. Don't think too much about the answer. I'm just going to ask
Okay.
it and then answer, ask it, answer, ask it, answer, and then we'll move into some other types of questions.
Okay, let's get into it.
Okay, so we'll start with just take a breath, come into your body.
Oh, thank you for the mindful reminder, friend. Okay, let's
Okay, ready?
go. Already.
Okay. Are you a morning person or a night owl?
Morning.
The last thing you Googled.
Red cocktail dress.
Hmm. Top thing on your to-do list this week or today?
Top thing on my to-do list would be um, putting away my laundry, recording this podcast, getting my hair done later, and making sure to like be present for the kids because it is the first week of school. Yay. Yay.
True mom answer. You're like, well, there's really like 5 different things that are important. The song
Yeah, which
has been on repeat for you lately.
um oh, that's a good one. I feel like Beyonce's Cowboy Carter has just like lived nonstop. I also listen to so much Kendrick Lamar, They Not Like Us in the morning because it is a part of the drop off routine. Okay, you gotta have your hype song. And I would love for you to know that seventh grade, it goes down with Kendrick Lamar. Okay.
Okay, good to know. Good to know. Sweet or savory snack?
I just had a savory snack, so I'll say savory for now. But I do also really love dessert. Like there's something about a sweet treat that just goes so well. Oh, it depends on the time of the
So
day.
roasty. All right, I'll let you have it. What is one thing you're low key proud of? All right, so
Can I be high key proud of something?
can can you have permission?
So I'm just high key proud of like even just witnessing my own growth lately, and just how I feel like I've been changing a lot. I feel like it's been just kind of like accepting the new era of my life, and I feel like that has just been really. It's taken a long time to get here, girl.
Yeah, it's a definitely
Mhm.
a journey. Um, one app you can't live without.
I'm gonna say DoorDash.
Okay. Dream
It saves
vacation.
my life. Trip vacation. Somewhere with a ocean that I can get in, preferably.
Okay.
Maybe even in the middle of the ocean, maybe on a boat somewhere.
Mhm. Nice.
Mm,
Boats and oceans.
yes.
Last question is, if you could sum your mood up today in one emoji, what would it be? And you're welcome to open your phone and look at the emojis if you need that.
I'm gonna say the red dress dancing lady because I'm excited to be here dancing with my friend today. Hey, girl.
And you are looking for red dresses apparently too, so.
Obviously, the red is on the mind. It's on my mind.
Well, thank you. That was fun. Just did that for no good reason. Otherwise, why not, right? Okay, so the first question for today is, we are both entrepreneurs, we're both therapists, we're both practice owners, we're both moms, we're both homeowners, right? So there's this idea of project could mean so many different things. But what is one project or idea that you're working on that you can give us a little sneak peek of? And I'll just add, this could be a project you recently wrapped that you're also wanting to kind of elaborate on or debrief or kind of like reflect upon. So a big
Yes.
project or idea.
So that is such a good question. I am coming off of a project recently that it really hit me recently, like, oh, that was a really cool thing that you just did. We did a 3-day mindfulness sports camp here in Hermosa Beach, for some really cool athletes. We were co-sponsored by the LA Sparks, the Department of Mental Health, where I used to work when I was in corporate mental health, and just kind of seeing everything kind of come full circle has been just really awesome. We had a really great group of student athletes there who were just some amazing kids. We got to go to a game after, and all the kids were able to participate, and got tickets to bring a family member. And it's just been, and the Sparks swept that night. They totally beat them, and they've been on a winning streak. And so we're really excited to now be their community partner and just like a part of the bigger sports world right now. It's really an honor that so many people were open to receiving what we had to say in the camp, and we were able to get some really cool sponsors, and we're doing it again next year. So hopefully, if any of you out there are listening and you want to sponsor, let me know if your company is interested. We have room for that for next summer because it was a big hit. The kids loved every second of it.
So you just said camp.
Mhm.
If anyone who's a parent is like, oh, I know about camps. But I feel like if you don't have kids, and you didn't grow up going to camp in the summer, like, or you think of like this whole like go into the woods type of thing. Camps are can be all types of things now. So, one, how did you come up with that idea? And how did you? What do you think were some pieces that went into the execution of it that maybe you're proud of or that are worth saying out loud?
Those are also really good follow-up questions, and I love that because the project really came about because, a friend of mine who is running a program asked if I would take on an intern, for them, for their school, and I said, "Oh, yeah, sure, I'd love to have some interns coming into my practice because I've been a solopreneur for so long and just really kind of in a stage right now where I'm open to, like, having a team and, uh, more of that kind of space in my business life and personal life, so it's really perfect timing. So I had this person, I had another intern also start with me, and I was like, "We need to do a really great community project this year. This is what I want it to be." And it's interesting because when my first intern started, the fires happened the same week of the beginning of her internship, and so we did an original outreach to helping people from the Eaton fires and the Pacific Palisades fires, which is actually where I went to high school. And my school is actually one of those schools that burned in the fire. And so, being a native Angelino, we were trying to do some outreach to the community, be able to provide some support. And um, everybody at the time of a crisis is usually still in crisis, including, myself. But on the back end, when we decided to do this, we didn't necessarily do specific outreach to people who had just been released from the fires because everyone had been displaced. But because we were doing it in the South Bay, there's a large number of people who ended up having to move to the South Bay from the North Beaches after the fires. And they ended up also being some of our participants in the camp. So there and that also kind of really drew a lot of the athletes in at this time to kind of learn more about mindfulness, how to become aware, because every other sports camp is teaching you skills like how to throw the ball faster or jump higher or, get that scholarship in a way that, kind of may have different connotations other than like the mental health piece that people really need support with. And so this was that option. This is like the mental reps camp. And so I feel like it was really awesome that we were able to do something a little different like that. And it was so unique and had not been really done in the space. And we're really one of the only like mental health sports camps that did happen. And kind of actually, I'm going to say the first one to ever do it in this way, especially over an intensive short week with so many mindfulness elements to it. We had a mindfulness sports coloring wall where we had a large scale drawing that was 8 feet by 10 feet big.
Oh,
So even taller than most of our tallest basketball players, okay? Had the Sparks logo on it, had our logo on it, and it had, of course, the beach because, our brand is all about the beach. And we were in Hermosa Beach for the thing. We rented out a whole theater in Hermosa Beach that's like 500-person seater theater.
nice. I
And I
like the
was like,
I like the elements that feel very much like handcrafted, like very
mm,
custom. But then also, like my business brain is being like, I can imagine this being like a franchise. Like people,
mm.
beach cities could, if there's a curriculum.
Yeah, and we were able to walk to the beach every day for, our activities, which we integrated into, like, the camp. It was so amazing, and, even doing yoga on the sand,
Yeah,
that was so dope.
very cool. That's
Yes,
awesome.
yes, yes.
And also, like, I think not always when you think about being a therapist, having a
Mhm.
practice, um, this is a really creative way to get outside of the office, right? As there's walk and talk therapy that people do now, but I think we're in a place
Yeah.
there's permission to get creative in how you offer your services, and so that's a really cool.
It is, and one of the other things that I really wanna say and give credit to is that, like, I also had a really great team of interns that came on and helped come up with so many really cool ideas alongside of me. I had a lot of help from my mentor who also, like, kind of helped me really, like, flesh out the concept of what the whole camp was gonna be like, and then she pulled up. Did I tell you that she came?
No, no.
I didn't. So one of my mentors, her name is Dr. Brutus. She is one of the foremost supports in sports mental health, and she came alongside. She's worked in with the Olympics and USA Team USA and all these other things, and she helped co-facilitate with me for 2 of the days, and the kids loved her. And she brought her amazing daughter, who's a psych student, and just a really cool kid and just really helped to add extras to all of the things that I was doing. She also helped give my staff like some triage tips, right? So we have been learning how to do all these like very specific and unique mental health things, giving opportunity to kind of like create learning opportunities for so many people because we ended up developing so many volunteers along the way. It was so beautiful.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pivot into the next question,
Okay, let's get into it.
which may be related, but maybe not. Which is what is one win lately, big or small, that made you do a little happy dance, and like it metaphorically or an actual dance?
I think that one of a couple things I've been doing lately, and I'll give a little shorter answer to this, have been just really focusing on getting a lot of rest. I feel like over the course of my life, especially as an athlete myself, that I've, had a tendency to overdo it. And I feel like lately I've just been really focusing on resting, focusing on like, taking a rest during my day, maybe even a nap if necessary, and just really being very gentle with myself lately. And another thing is like kind of uh, just really being proud of just kind of this new phase that I'm in life and leadership and just gratitude overall. It's been really big. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. It's like less tangible and more just like a way of showing up.
Mm.
Um, you mentioned you're a mom.
Oh, yeah.
So, what is a parenthood lesson you've learned recently the hard way?
Girl. Okay. First of all, bribery always works.
Bribe parenting. I stay doing that. I don't think Dr. Becky would be proud, but
I don't even know who Dr. Becky is, but I want you to know that as an everyday mom, sometimes I'm going to have to give you some incentives to get out of the house. And I did not do that this morning, and I should have planted a better seed than I did the night before for something for them to look forward to because it is the second day of school, and yesterday was a long day. And I think that like I was like, oh, this is a little bit of a rough morning. Somebody's pants didn't fit. Someone didn't want to wake up. That one didn't want to brush his teeth. The other one doesn't wear deodorant and doesn't know that it's time to.
so you learned that bribery parent needs to never die. Bribery
Never, never, never keep her around. Keep her here. Incentive, incentive,
it is a
incentive.
go-to tool in the toolbox for sure. Mm-hmm. Well, this is a sneak peek at who you are because along the way, we're going to be continuing to share professionally, personally, and just by way of having conversations on different topics and interviewing others. Anyone that watches or listens will get to know you a little bit more. But as we are relaunching, this is a really great way to reintroduce who exactly you are. And if folks tune in, they can come back to this episode and get to know a few things, especially at this time and place, August 15th, 2025, on a Friday.
Woo!
I know, I was like, I didn't know the date.
We started this in what, 2021?
Yeah,
Wow. So
pandemic.
this is a long time, man. So I'm grateful that we're still here.
Yeah, so I'll put a pin in it and we'll continue our conversation. But thank you for answering the questions. And
Thank you. Okay, bye-bye. Well, thank you for tuning in to this episode of Hey Boo with Lauren and Lynnea. We are so grateful that you joined us today. If you're interested in receiving any therapy with either of us, I'm going to let Lynnea tell you how to get in touch with her.
yes. If you're interested in working with Mindfully Well Therapy, we work with anyone virtually in California or in person in Oakland. And we serve couples, individuals, and teens and speak the languages of Arabic, Spanish, and Assyrian. If you wanted to book your free 15-minute consultation, all you have to do is go to www.mindfullywelltherapy.com and book your consult there, or check us out on Instagram at mindfullywelltherapy.
And I'm Lauren Turner, licensed clinical social worker and CEO of the Turner Practice. If you would like to book a session with any of our therapists at the Turner Practice, we are receiving clients in California, Arizona, Nevada, and Wisconsin. I love that she thinks it's hilarious. Please feel free to find us on www.theturnerpractice.com, or you can follow us at The Turner Practice on TikTok and Instagram. Instagram.
Yep.
And we would love to be able to find a way for you to be able to work with us or any of our members of our team.
Don't you have a specialty?
Oh yeah, I do have a specialty. I specialize in working with athletes and their families in high performance. And we also do some forensic work here too in social justice. And we just love our clients here at the Turner's Practice. We also do couples therapy for those of you who may be in athlete couples. And we can't wait to continue for you all to join us this season, and hope you can follow us and meet with us soon.